I'm not saying you do that.
Don't stop equating my name to this please. I beg you. Make your point.
So if you remember, so that's what I'm saying, that let's raise children with principles.
Yeah.
You can't force them to do certain things, especially when they are of age and they are 18 and above. But we all remember one conversation, one beating, one advice, one something that when you remember, if you are going to do something wrong, you're like, hey, well, we in
Yeah. Kingsley, we have a problem. As we speak right now, you know, there's this growing number of child-adult relationship happening. And as we speak right now, GES needs help in locating the Bole SHS teacher so that he can come and face the sexual misconduct. And also a British Ghanaian who, as for him, he has actually agreed that he raped a 12-year-old. This is worrying, and I dare say that we are all involved. Because we are in terms of fixing this problem.
Okay.
In terms of fixing this problem, we are all involved.
What was that saying?
You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But you see, as an adult, you get why we be adult, because we are expected to know better than the kids. And these kids too, now, like during pre-production, you constantly said that we cannot blame the kids for these things and that we should put it on the doorsteps of the parents. And I agree absolutely. And I also want to go further that the government of the day must also be involved. And that is why I am also welcoming the banning of social media of kids who are under 16, because it is not their fault that they happen to exist in this world of social media and all the things they are being exposed to. So the onus then lies on us as a state and a country to make sure that we protect these kids. Because less than 60, where Jimmy? Where Jimmy? But so the point here is we are all involved in fixing this problem. Once we are calling for adults to be adults and be disciplined sexually and be disciplined, that is the same way we are asking parents that you should raise responsible children. And government too, by extension, should make sure that these our kids are not exposed at this early age. Because something must give.
Hey. I know what you're saying. But I think the parents, right?
Right.
Let's start with the root cause, which is the parents. I don't know. There's this generation of people born between 1970 up to like 1990. There's this phenomenon of get a bread, so I want to give my child or my children heaven. So you walk to school in the 70s, so now you have to give your 15-year-old Benz to drive to school. And that is the beginning of our problems that we have today.
Right.
Parents feel like we are not supposed to beat children. We agree. But there are so many ways to punish children for them to know that what they are doing is wrong. You visit an ordinary Ghanaian home today, the children can't even speak any of our local languages.
And you know, that's the bougie thing. That's what
you go and visit, you are conversing with their parents, and they are in there contributing.
Huh? Who born you in our time? Who born you?
Oh, Hrisi no, Hrisi or Pi TV. No, I say, maybe by the way, expressive. That is the beginning of the nonsense we are dealing with today. You are a parent. Why do you... And you see this notion of they don't judge their children. The moment you say you have an issue with their children, you are the person worrying their child or their offspring. Because you are wrong and their children are always right. These days, we don't write it on the foreheads of children. I can't tell.
Right.
So if somebody comes to report your child to you, or you've seen some attitude and behaviors of your child that you know in the long term will bring disgrace to the family, you
know, won't you attribute this to the proliferation of social media and the westernization of our society. Because back then, they will tell you that it takes a village to raise a child. But today, if you go Okotian Obiba, the way the parents will come after you and all of that, and clearly these values are being wiped out, and we are seeing this child and adult relationship. Because as I speak to you, you showed me a video on TikTok where the guy was fired because he reported a girl who was making advances at him. 16-year-old there.
It starts from crash. I'm crashing on you.
You know, as 16-year-old, what? Because back then.
Oh, what do you mean 16-year-old? 16-year-old, you know hormones kicking in.
Oh, but
are they not menstruating?
You see.
That is why, as a parent, you have to teach your children these are some of the symptoms of you getting into adolescence.
Right.
But you have self-control. Control your hormones and control your feelings.
Kingsley, we had a society that always checked that. It is now that we are seeing that these things are no longer in check. Back then, when, like you are saying, that if two parents are speaking to someone and then the child is also sitting down contributing. Back then,
finishing sentences.
Your mommy go give you safe. Nobody go tell you, say, hey, stand up from here.
The moment you see that the visitor enters, you actually excuse them.
Exactly.
That's manners.
You see, so we had a society that was checking these things. Bro. But now, everyone wants to be the cool dad. Everyone wants to be the cool mom. So now, you hear statements like, you've been grounded, time out. These things are foreign to us. What is that? What is that?
So I was also telling you that one of the things I miss, even though they've told us to stop beating children and corporal punishment, are different from resetting the brain of a child.
I'm telling you.
They are two different things. In fact, during those times, some people, they beat them out, but we all remember that one beating, either our mom or our dad or a family member gave to us, that anytime you want to do something that is similar to what you were beating for, it resets you at once. But we are in an era where, like I'm saying, the video you alluded to on TikTok, the guy reported the girl, and now they flipped the thing on the guy to make it look as if he was the one rather making advances. And he said something that if you see any child under 18 doing some of these things, they have the backing of their parents who are influential.
So you see, it takes me back to that point that now we have parents who they themselves do not believe in accountability. And by extension, instilling that in their kids. They can't be accountable for anything at all.
No. It is equally wrong if you, as an adult, also make advances like the British pilots.
Oh, man,
Charlie, some of the kids, hey, let me not say it, but you see, you can be deceived. This one, let me say it. You can be deceived if you just look outwardly at some of these kids. Because right now, a 12-year-old of maybe 2000s and 90s is different from a 12-year-old in 2026. So if you're a guy and you move to a woman, right now I'm saying so be birth set.
I'm telling you.
An Agana card.
Charlie, no, it's true. You must do due diligence before you even
almost so you'll be deceived. And because they're already in that era where their body they suits them, they don't see anything wrong with what they are doing until issue will pop up, and you as a parent or you as an adult, you'll be held responsible. Because as I said, as we currently have it, the juvenile system and the laws we have in Ghana, some people killed people who are under 18 and they were given 6 months to 3 years. Because in the law, they are not, their minds are not fully developed to make decisions or differentiate right from wrong. And so when they commit a crime, as high as murder, the highest is like 3 years.
So in this time of social media and the things we are seeing right now, how would you rate parenting in general?
No, parenting, let's be fair. Yes, so which simply means that sometimes you can do everything you think as a parent you should do or teach your children. If they still would go wayward, they will go wayward. However, some principles must be with that child every step of the way.
Yeah.
No one is a saint. You have the choice and the liberty to do free will, as they say these days, to do certain things. But if you remember what your mom told you about, they don't have anything. At some point in your life, all you have is your name.
Right.
Making your parents proud is not just going to school to receive awards. Sometimes just protecting that family name. Why are you not recording yourself when you're having sex? It's because when it comes out, it will disgrace you, to disgrace your friends, your colleagues, everybody around you. The fact that everybody, oh, that's Swallow. Hey, I know Swallow. Hey, I'm not saying you do that.
Don't stop equating my name to this, please. I beg you. Make your point.
So if you remember, so that's why I'm saying that let's raise children with principles.
Yeah.
You can't force them to do certain things, especially when they are of age and they are 18 and above. But we all remember one conversation, one beating, one advice, one something that when you remember, if you are going to do something wrong, you're like, hey, whoa, we ain't coming, mommy,
yeah. Because me sitting here, I'm just recalling the number of times my mom called me at dawn to have certain conversations with me that today, even in our SHS, you see parents giving Vanity Fair, cars, and all of that. And you put pressure on these kids, and when they grow up to become scammers and armed robbers, then you don't understand. Because I was listening to Atta Kennedy, and he was saying that their days, look, they were rich kids, but there was not this Vanity Fair. The only way you knew they were rich kids is they sharing their goodies, their troubles, the things in their troubles with them. That was how they knew these kids were rich. But today, you will not see them lining up cars and all of that.
Today, a child will refuse to go to church or a function because the parents refuse to buy a new shoe or a new bag or a new dress. And that is the era we are in. For where? You won't go. Because
who born you?
Charlie, excursion we only so beer, mammy, papa, to your mammy, say, me, my own call. You can cry, but those were valuable lessons to tell you that in life you don't always get what you want.
Exactly.
Charlie.
You know, if we continue to
but if you're a teacher, to be careful. You may know one I'll go around with a recorder in my pocket. Not to record you audiovisual, but just audio crack, because some of these kids, they are smart. By this time, because I know messages are disappearing. How do you prove? And you see this pilot, 9 years, so say 10 years of your life will be wasted. I don't judge them that much because, like I said, some of these girls, they can deceive you. But we realize now who saw you under age. No, was our children, but that time not be man who could dim that.
Oh, yawa.
If I die, I die.
My brothers, for me, we must be more responsible and disciplined sexually, and also parents raise responsible kids. Yes, we do understand that in those years are their formative years.
Maybe we should change the constitution and check the mental capacity of anybody who wants to give birth. Because we are raising zombies and toys.
That would be a lot.
And now to me, who are not mommy. Hey,
no, you see that one. I feel like is the parents not doing a good job. That one you lay it on the doorstep.
I'm saying quite evaluate your mental health and say you have children.
Oh, but people do suffer mental issues even after childbirth, and also.
And I make an answer now. Sometimes
maybe answer now. Everything is all right. But after then because childbirth comes with a lot of. And also the government should do its part because
government
yes.
Okay.
We should protect these kids. Charlie, the things they are seeing on TikTok and the likes, bro. Charlie, at your age, you didn't even know what that was. So you had no chance to even know what that
one
is.
Day I disagree.
Why do you disagree?
What are you go? Akolana or no? The sugar daddy better man na. You won't give her a phone, although my Ghana card, but I'll log you onto that website and watch.
No.
Better teach them that you will see it, but what you use that information for, teach that child. Because if you don't show them at home, somebody will show them in school.
That is why
don't run away from it.
But once you are teaching them, there is a general rule that states that if you are not beyond a certain age, you shouldn't have access to certain things, because by then
I'm telling you that you won't give it to your child. But when your child goes to school, there will definitely be an outcast in there who will still have a phone when he's not supposed to.
So this one's
SS Crana. Now you used to 3310 and things. People were still using phones when it was clearly banned in school. How are you calling your parents? But you always going to the comm center. Swear on your life that you never use phone when you at SS.
No, but
smart too.
No, granted that there will always be those exceptions, but where it is generally known that this is not allowed, it gives
where the world is going
there.
I don't support banning of the use of mobile phone or devices. Really? I feel like teach your children to know what they do with the information. Why is a 13-year-old girl doesn't know about sex when she's menstruating? Why are you not talking to them?
Reproductive system, the school will teach all of that.
If you had shown them that at some point you'll be horny or you'll be feeling for the
like your grandma told you.
If you're a human being at a certain age, you will feel like you want to have sex with the opposite sex. Emphasis. You will feel like you want to have sex. Just know what to do. Do they even know they have to protect themselves? They don't.
But the school has a curriculum to teach all of these things.
Into a train school.
Well, do you agree that the government shouldn't ban the use of social media below the age of 16? Well, let us know in the comment section. And whilst you're doing that, recommend this to a brother, a friend, a sister. Until we come your way next time, always be a great citizen. We are.